All right, guys. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who's participated in this year's health challenge. It's always more enjoyable for me when we can have more people participate in events like these. So for the people who are coming out and going to do this year's health event, I appreciate it and I thank you. So let's get started. So week one, all right, our mini challenge is going to be actually a workout. So what it's going to be is a 12-minute AMRAP. So an AMRAP is an acronym for as many rounds or reps as possible. So what it's going to be is 5 push-ups, 7 sit-ups, and 10 air squats. Okay? You're just going to go through that as many times as possible in 12 minutes. So let's talk about some of the things we want to focus on when we're doing these movements. So on our push-ups, guys, what I want everyone to think about is keeping those elbows close to your body. So we want to avoid, when we push down, those elbows flaring out. So what you want to focus on here, guys, is shooting those elbows directly back. Okay? Keeping that core nice and tight on your way down. Ideally, if you could, I would like just your chest to hit the ground and leave a space between the ground and your thighs, okay? So from the side angle, it would look like this. Elbow shooting back, nice and close to your body. Going up, you're gonna do 5 reps, okay? After your 5th rep, you're gonna move directly into 7 sit-ups. Actually, let's go over some scales first. So some people might not be able to do a push-up. Totally fine. Everything that we're gonna do throughout these 12 weeks can be scalable, okay? And that means that anybody can do it, okay? So if you can't do a push-up, what you can scale down to is doing a push-up from your knees, okay? These are equally as hard and they will build strength for you. So you're going from your knees and you want to think about keeping that line between your shoulders, hips, and knees straight. Same concept, elbows going straight back, chest hitting the ground, and then popping up, okay? If that's still too difficult for you, don't worry, okay? Next thing you can do is a push-up from a box, or if you're doing this from home, do it from a couch or your countertop, a wall. I don't care, just get something that you can lean up against, okay? And you are pushing down and then pushing away, okay? Same thing as if you were doing a regular push-up, you want to keep those elbows nice and tucked to the side of your body and having your chest hit either the side of the couch, the countertop, the wall, whatever it is, and then pushing away, okay? So you're doing 5 reps of push-ups and then moving directly into 7 sit-ups, okay? Ideally, if you could, we'd like you to do these sit-ups with your feet tucked closer to your butt. The closer your heels are to your butt, the more difficult it is. So you're doing 7 sit-ups, your hands are touching the ground above your shoulders, you're popping all the way up, and your hands are touching your feet, okay? If that's too difficult, you can walk your legs completely out. The farther they are, if they're completely locked out, the easier it is. Still going down, hands touching above your shoulders, okay? Reaching up and touching your legs, okay? If that's still too difficult, what you can do is anchor your feet under something. So if you're at home, you can anchor your feet under a couch or something like that. If you got kids, have your kids stand on your feet. Your wife, your significant other, whatever you can use, anchor your feet down, and that'll help you drive yourself up and touch, okay? If that just still isn't happening, guys, don't worry. The next thing you can do is just a crunch. So your legs are out in front of you, and you're just trying to come up as far as you can. If this is as far as you can come up, totally fine. That's what you're gonna do, okay? 7 reps. Awesome. So after you finish your 7th rep, you're standing up and you're gonna move in to your 10 air squats, okay? The biggest thing we wanna focus on our air squat, guys, is keeping that belly nice and tight and your spine in the neutral position. So what I mean by a spine in the neutral position is if I'm standing up and I have good posture, my spine is in the neutral position. This right here is not in the neutral position. This is what we don't want. So when you come down, your hips are shooting back first, okay, and then down. So you're dropping down. Ideally, you would like to get below parallel, meaning that this hip crease right here is below the top of your knee. Notice how my spine is in the neutral position. I'm not hunched over, okay? Another thing to note is watch my feet here, okay? They're staying firmly planted on the ground, okay? I'm not coming up on my toes. This puts your knees in a bad position, and we don't want that. So feet firmly planted on the ground, your knees are tracking directly out over your toes, okay? Spine in the neutral position, standing up, okay? One thing that we see a lot with people who haven't ever even done an air squat before is knees caving in. So they'll go down and then on their way up, knees cave in. This is bad for your knees, guys. So think about when you come up, those knees are tracking over my toes, meaning if my toes are pointed straight forward, that's where you want your knees to go. If my toes are pointed all the way out here, which again, I do not recommend, but if they were pointed out there, that's where you want to go. That's what I mean by tracking. So think about putting your feet at a 30-degree angle. Okay, at a 30-degree angle, and your feet can be about hip width. If they need to be a little bit wider for you to drop a little bit lower, totally fine. So drop down into that squat, chest nice and tall. Okay, cool. If dropping all the way down just isn't for you, you don't have the mobility to do so, totally fine. What I'd like you to do is to drop down as low as you can while maintaining that good posture in your upper body, keeping that spine again in the neutral position. So not here, but there, okay? So if this is as low as you can go, that's totally fine. Just over these 12 weeks, let's try to work on dropping into a lower squat, okay? So again, the workout is a 12-minute AMRAP of 5 push-ups, 7 sit-ups, and 10 air squats. After you finish your 10th air squat, you're going back to your 5 push-ups, then to your 7 sit-ups, and then back to the air squats again. You're just going through that as many times as you can in that 12 minutes. So grab a stopwatch, use your phone, whatever you need to, and do it for 12 minutes. Be sure, guys, to keep track of how many rounds and reps that you get. So let's say I start the clock and I get through my 5 push-ups, my 7 sit-ups, and my 10 air squats, but the time runs out when I finish my, let's say, 3rd push-up. So that would mean that I got 1 round plus 3 reps, okay? So be sure to keep track of how many rounds and reps you get throughout this 12 minutes, okay? And that's what I'll ask you to send me if you complete this workout. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask, guys. I'll be honest, I don't have all the answers when it comes to fitness and nutrition, but I know the people who do. So if you have any questions on any of that stuff, please come to me. I'd be more than happy to help. But other than that, that's all I got. I'll see you guys on Monday, and I look forward to this 12-week challenge, guys.